Welcome all, continuing with the chassis preparation and cleanup. Just wanted to quickly cover, following on from the previous cleanup, which I used mainly an angle grinder and a sander. I'm now using kind of the smaller items, such as these, to get into the kind of little areas that I'm not able to get to with the bigger wire wheels. So, you know, using wires and screwdrivers and so on to get into the little areas in here, for example, and so on. I started from the back, working forward again, and while I had the chance, I've straightened out, or tried to straighten out as much as possible these little areas here. All I did was I just used this and just gently straighten these out. Okay, just doing that kind of thing. And I've cleaned up all in here, little holes in there and gaps and so on. So that's all looking pretty good. Of course, one of the tools that I also use, which I neglected to mention, is a good old wire brush. Getting into areas like in here, for example. Look, it's a slow process, but one good thing about doing this is that you get to really see every bit and piece of the chassis. So, you know, wherever you might find a cracked weld or something that needs straightening out, yeah, you can deal with it then. So the rest of it's looking pretty good. I've done a little bit on the front as well. Now, because these tools don't throw up as much dust as the angle grinder with a wire wheel, what I'm doing is cleaning a little bit and using the vac to clean up after myself, so that way I'm managing the workspace and the work area, so that kind of helps. But again, it doesn't throw out as much crap as the as a wire wheel does on an angle grinder. Well, you can see the chassis is now upside down. Just about to do the underneath. So I've done the top, the sides, although I need to revisit some areas. I've done in between the little grooves and so on, but again need to revisit some of that as well. So this is the area that I was talking about earlier on about. I think it's actually quite, it's not as bad as I thought. I think it's actually salvageable. I spoke to the welder last night, or yesterday afternoon, and he reckons he'll be able to repair these without actually having to replace the items. But, you know, we'll see how we go. A little bit here that needs to be repaired here, this section here. And again, that's not rust, that's actually damage. So, and there's a couple of other areas like that where it needs to be popped out, and he's confident that he can do all that. Excuse me. So I'll be applying the same principles. I'm going to be using the angle grinder with the wire wheel. You can see the dirt coming out from the chassis. So that's exactly what we want. So using this hole in the back of the chassis, I'm just soaking it in there. Heaps is coming out. So it's great. We just keep pressing on doing that. Looking pretty clean now. So clean water is coming out from all the ends. So basically I just put the high pressure hose anywhere I could find drain holes. Okay, or here, especially these outriggers here, in here. Use this as a main center point to flush everything down towards the front, and then used this one here to flush everything from here down towards there as well. So I think it's looking pretty clean now. I managed to get into every single groove here, everywhere that I could find. So what I'm going to do now is turn it upside down and give it one more go from the top down. And then I think we should pretty much call it clean. Right, back in the garage. And now I'll just, as I said, let it dry. Interesting, that's it's doing that. But I'll just let it dry and get on with the rust converting over the next week or so. So I'll leave the chassis clean-up preparation video as is. The next one will be in terms of fixing the chassis up and getting it back and then painting it and all that good stuff. So until then, as always, thanks very much for watching.